Good morning, everybody. All right, we've got a little barina in. Today, this is a 2014 barina, and it's got an exhaust camshaft sensor code and a map sensor code. Starting with the exhaust cam sensor code, this thing apparently has had a lot of work done to it. It's had, I've been told, an ECU, a sensor, I believe, other bits and pieces, and they still can't get it fixed. They still can't get the code cleared. So first thing we're going to start with, I'll pop the little protective cover off the exhaust cam sensor. So I'll get this back unplugged and we'll show you all the wiring checks and everything that we can do just with the key on. So key on, we've got our test light hooked to battery positive and our middle pin is ground. Now we're going to have two 5 volts on the other two wires. So if we switch over to the meter, which we've got set up here, and if I pin into either of these other two wires, there's our 5 volt ref, and that one is our bias voltage there. Now we know based on that our 5 volt ref and our bias back from the ECU are good. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to plug this sensor in. We're going to still make sure we've got a good 5 volts on the reference voltage side. It should be that one. Yep, and now we're going to start the vehicle and we're going to hook the scope up and see if we've got a good cam sensor signal. Alright, so I had a bad ground at that battery there. I just had to clean that up, moved it over. Now, I've moved ahead a little bit with this, so our cam sensor signal is good all the way from our sensor. That same signal is all good down at the sensor, back to our ECU down here. So as you can see, ECU, input signal, happy days. So that's all good. Now, what else do we have to do before we can call a computer on this? Live data wise, go back and we'll show everyone what we've got here. Live data, there's not a whole lot. Intake cam, all okay. Exhaust cam doesn't pass the checks. Position is stuck at 0, desired at 0, cam position always reads 0, variance always reads 0, it literally just reads 0. Even when we clear the code, straight away as soon as we start it up, we have no cam signal reading. We've got a cam signal up to the ECU, so there's not really a whole lot more that we need to do in that diag to call that and confirm that. You know, that violet wire, that's a violet and black wire, comes up to pin 11 on the computer here, goes from pin 1 down on the sensor there. So that's an interesting one, and then you'll see if I unplug this, we'll drop our sensor control. Alright, had a bad connection there. If we redo that, and there goes my torch as well. Alright, as I was saying, if we redo that and we unplug this cam sensor, we'll see that connection drops off and back to life. So that is at the ECU itself. That sort of leaves me not a whole lot. The only thing I am going to check for is software updates on them, see if there is any updates available. I am going to quickly smoke test the inlet as well, just based on map sensor faults. Map sensor faults on these generally will set if you have any kind of rough running or anything like that though. So when the cam sensor code sets and it surges, that may well cause the map sensor fault to set too. But I'm going to smoke test the inlet and then we'll take it from there.